Title: Returning Cheater Seeks Reunion. One morning, she was pleading with me to stay by her side, mentioning she was only talking to him. She inadvertently revealed that he was present, but nothing transpired between them. Hello friends! We're back with another subscriber story. If you have a story to share, send it to Lessons from Life. You can view emails on the Lessons from Life screen. Whether it's something funny, something that taught you a lesson, or a story where you overcame a challenge and succeeded, we want to hear it. Even if your story helps just one person, you've done something meaningful. So please send your story to that email. Now, as you saw in the title, let's dive into this. My story. Please keep my name private. I've been a loyal follower since 2018, salute to you. You've been here from the start. My very first video was in December 2018. I remember where I was, how I felt, it wasn't good. I was in a terrible place. Salute to you, man. Your stories have helped me through my pain. Thank you to everyone who submitted their stories. This one spans from 2015 to the present, with names and locations changed for privacy. In 2015, a friend introduced me to Sarah. I was serving in the Marine Corps with him, and he was marrying Sarah's aunt. Sarah and I connected instantly, great chemistry, she was easygoing, loved staying home, drinking, and talking. I soon discovered she had a son and didn't get along with her ex or her parents, living with them for support. After about 3 months, she confided in me that she couldn't live with her parents anymore. Being a supportive, if naive, guy, I offered her my apartment. She moved in without hesitation. Things were fine until I learned she had shared my address with her ex. This was a huge mistake, especially since I worked a sensitive government job and had previously asked her not to disclose my location. Then, I discovered she wasn't truthful about her orgasms. I encouraged her to be honest, especially as her parents were divorcing and she needed a stable place to live. The house was facing foreclosure, so I lent her $3,500 to prevent that. A few months later, she asked me to move into the house with her, which I did. It turned out she had another man staying there, which felt off, but I ignored it, thinking it was nothing. In 2017, she became pregnant, and in 2018, she gave birth to my first child. I was overjoyed, finally, everything I wanted, a girlfriend, a child, a home. But things were about to take a turn. After losing the baby weight, she went back to work, and our relationship started to deteriorate. I had always wanted a bigger house for our growing family, but financial pressures made it difficult. She insisted her current house was sufficient, but I knew it wasn't. I worked long hours, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., 4 to 5 days a week, to provide for us, while she spent her days off partying and shopping, often getting drunk with friends at home, sometimes even with the kids around. Throughout the year, I repeatedly asked her to stop these behaviors for the sake of our children. She would comply for a month, then revert to her old habits. I also urged her to curb her spending to help us get out of debt. Even small expenses like $100 on candles were unnecessary. Despite earning nearly $4,000 a month, her overspending kept us financially strained. One day in 2018, during my day off, she came home from work. Normally, she'd kiss the kids, but she skipped me and went straight to brushing her teeth. Suspicious, I asked why she wasn't kissing the children. She claimed it was because of cigarette smells, which was out of character. A bad feeling settled in my stomach, and I confronted her about cheating. She snapped at me, but I brushed it off like a good guy. A couple of weeks later, she told me she didn't want to be with me anymore, forcing me to move out. I was devastated, my life was falling apart. About 2 weeks after moving out, she reached out to talk. We met at a place where I was renting a room. She confessed she had cheated with a coworker named Tom. I felt like hurting myself after hearing this. I called my friend Amanda, Sarah's aunt, and cried on the phone. Amanda encouraged me to reach out, so Sarah felt compelled to tell me herself. Struggling with these emotions, I went to the VA hospital for help. They recommended therapy and medication. A few months ago, Sarah wanted to reconcile. Following her suggestion, we started couples counseling for a few months before stopping. I decided to visit my family in my home state, working tirelessly to save $8,000 for the trip. After 3 months of intense work, I returned home to find her friend passed out in the backyard. Searching the house, I saw her texting in the bathroom. It was Tom. I took her phone and saw messages about meeting up. When confronted, her friend woke up and took an Uber home. I told Sarah it was over. She passed out shortly after but begged me to stay, claiming she was only talking to him. Despite nothing happening, it took me 2 days to decide to continue with her. We went on the trip, and it was wonderful. However, in 2020, after Valentine's Day, she broke up with me again, claiming she didn't love me and that I was a terrible person. She ended things harshly, and I moved out the following week. Later, she told me she was dating Tom again. When I reacted angrily, she insisted that all matters concerning our children would go through her mother for fear of me. Despite this, she would still text me and come over to my house. We briefly got back together, but she admitted she was still seeing Tom. He called and threatened me, unaware I was recording the conversation, which I then sent to her. She stayed with Tom and she threatened to take me to court over child support, even though I hadn't filed anything. It felt like she was seeking drama to maintain her relationship with Tom. In 2021, I learned she had broken up with Tom. I wished her a happy birthday and we started talking again. It turned out Tom had treated her poorly. I sought closure, which I received, but she kept trying to reconnect, even suggesting we move to a different state together. She then revealed she was pregnant with Tom's child. I refused, reminding her that I have a child with her and that if she took me to court, I'd have to pay triple the current child support. I now view her with disgust and have no attraction to her. I could be friends, but nothing more. During our time apart, I repaired my credit and bought a house, though I'm now selling it to move to a different state and start fresh. I believe I'm better off and don't want another relationship, having seen what others are capable of. Looking back, my intuition told me to end things months ago. I wasted 6 years with her, enduring immense pain. If you recognize red flags in your relationship, please leave. Trust me, life becomes much easier. Thanks to this channel and the VA, I didn't harm myself and recovered from the worst years of my life. I hope my story helps someone as this channel helped me. Stay strong and remember you can overcome anything with dignity and a desire for a better life. Comments. First off, I'm so relieved you didn't go through with harming yourself. That's never the answer. You made mistakes, but I hope after everything you've experienced, you realize you need to leave her alone. Sending her happy birthday texts and forgiving her was misguided. From the start, she was using you. When she couldn't live with her parents, she leaned on you and you moved in too quickly. She used the $3,500 to prevent foreclosure, then moved you into the house, all to avoid paying for it herself. Having a child should have made you realize her intentions, but you ignored the signs. When she cheated with Tom, it wasn't the first time. Even after giving her another chance, she left again, claiming you weren't good enough. She's been manipulating you, trying to keep the relationship alive for her own reasons, possibly using threats to maintain her affair with Tom. By 2021, you saw through her lies. Trust your gut, she was only using you from the beginning. Now, you're moving to start over, focusing on your life, which is the right decision. Leave her behind, she's toxic and only brings negativity. Protect yourself and your child. Many fall into similar traps, forgiving toxic partners due to manipulation and gaslighting. Recognize that manipulators make you feel like the problem, but in reality, they're the ones causing the issues. Thank you for sharing your story. If you or anyone else is in a similar situation, reach out for help and prioritize your well-being and that of your children. You deserve better, and starting anew is the best path forward. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you have a story to share, send it to Lessons from Life. We'll feature it on the screen. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Email submission. If you'd like to share your story, send it to Lessons from Life. We'll display it on the screen and discuss it in our next video. Your experiences can help others, so don't hesitate to reach out. Until next time, take care and stay strong.